I play tennis every Saturday and Tuesday, and because I'm left-handed, my wedding ring sits directly in the blast radius of my racket handle. After about 10 minutes of playing, it starts grinding into my palm like I'm trying to carve a trench into my own skin. So before every practice, I take it off. Now, because I'm supposedly a responsible adult, I created what I believed was a foolproof system. At the sports center, they give you a locker key at the front desk. I use the locker, take off my ring, and hang it directly on the key so there's zero chance of losing it. Elegant. Efficient. Practically military-grade organization. That's the setup. So yesterday, I suddenly remembered tennis practice about 30 minutes before it started because work had completely melted my brain. I rushed out the door, sped to the sports center, threw on my gear, grabbed my locker key, and reached down to take my ring off. Except there was no ring. Nothing on my finger. And this isn't some cheap ring from a mall kiosk next to the pretzel stand. This is my wedding ring. Expensive. Limited edition. Probably handcrafted from some ancient 16th century silver alloy forged by blind monks who were later executed by the Inquisition and posthumously declared saints. Basically a holy artifact. Obviously I'm exaggerating. But emotionally, that ring might as well have been the crown jewels. The second I realized it was missing, my brain entered full disaster mode. Because practice was about to start. Because I couldn't remember taking it off anywhere except tennis. Because if I'd left it hanging on the locker key after my last session, how had I gone 2 entire days without noticing? At that point, I immediately diagnosed myself with early-onset dementia. Not even joking, I had already emotionally accepted the loss. I was mentally planning my post-practice grief tour through Total Wine and more. I was thinking in categories. Whiskey. Wine. Something embarrassing in a giant bottle. The ring was dead to me. So after practice, while returning my locker key, I figured I might as well ask the front desk on the microscopic chance someone had turned it in. The lobby was packed with people doing that weird fake line humans always create at counters. Not really a line, just a loose cluster of confused adults holding keys and pretending society still functions. I finally hand over my key and ask the woman at the desk if anyone had found a ring hanging on a locker key. She says, "I don't think so. Do you remember your locker number?" And without hesitation, I go. 147. She turns to check the hook where key 147 should be hanging. Empty. Meaning somebody currently had it. Now here's where the universe decided to absolutely clown me. The man standing directly next to me had returned his key at the exact same moment I handed mine over. Locker 147. And hanging from that key was my wedding ring. My wedding ring that had apparently spent 2 full days casually dangling from a public locker key while passing through the hands of God knows how many strangers. At least 10 people probably touched that thing. Nobody stole it. Nobody noticed it. Nobody questioned why a wedding ring was just swinging around like a decorative keychain. It survived entirely through the power of collective human obliviousness. So honestly, I left that place with 2 possible conclusions. Either humanity is far kinder than I give it credit for, Or everyone at my tennis center is just as catastrophically unobservant as I am. When I got home and told my wife the story, she laughed and said, "Well, dementia's probably off the table. You still remembered the locker number from several days ago." Which, honestly, might be the nicest possible way someone has ever called me an idiot.